Recently, I was doing some research work with Calgary Reads that was funded by the Marshall Foundation. I was a teacher for over 30 years in New Zealand and Canada. During the research, I did some interviews with Calgary Reads tutors, and one of the issues that came up repeatedly was the challenge of working with students who are physically restless, wiggly, fidgety. So in this video, you'll get some strategies that maybe will work for you to use when you're working with students who can't sit still and have difficulty paying attention. Try non-distracting ways for students to be active while they're at their desks, such as using a small inflatable cushion to sit on. Sitting on the cushion allows micro-movement that can help diffuse that need to wriggle.
Thanks. Good job. Okay, let's try it again. So let's just start at the beginning.
Max and Grandpa went outside. Look at the snow, said Max. The little birds looked cold, said Max.
Another strategy to provide a way for children to move is to let them use small fidget toys such as transformers or a squeeze ball, especially when they're needing to listen. This gives their hands something to do.
The big cat from next door jumped. Will you come and help me? Max helped Grandpa make a little house for the birds.
Okay, so we're going to do some work over on the whiteboard right now. So
Establish two work areas and allow the students to move between them. For example, if they're working at the desk or a table with you, then get them to stand up and move to the whiteboard.
house. Remember? Okay, now we're going to talk about
Students need brief but frequent movement breaks. Generally, we can pay attention for 1 minute per year of age. So an average 6-year-old can be expected to pay attention for 6 minutes. The maximum attention span is about 20 minutes for an adult, and then we give ourselves a brain break. Students need brief and frequent breaks.
back and forth. Oh, ready? Are your eyes ready to work again? Okay. Okay, so today we're going to reread your book from last time. If you remember last time, you were doing lots of rereading in that book to make your sentences make sense and make the reading make sense, and that's really good that you're doing that. So we're going to keep working on that today.
At the start of the session, it's a good idea to set the expectations and just give a brief overview of the main activities. In a Calgary Reads session, there is a structure that is followed for each lesson, which helps provide a framework for the student. However, it is still a good idea to tell the student what you expect of them and to give them an overview of the main activities they'll be doing that day.
Want to start reading that for me? Remembering in your head what we're going to work on, what you were doing really well last time.
Max
Trying to incorporate an active response is a good idea for many students. Something you might try is you making a prediction about the text and then asking the student to stand up if he agrees with your prediction. Allowing students to stand while they're reading, especially when you're working with them individually, is just okay. Some students like to stand up while reading and can read just as well. Sometimes we worry about what will someone think if they see the student standing, kneeling, or lounging. As long as the student can see the book clearly, it works.
to Max.
Use manipulatives such as magnetic letters, word family cards, wiki sticks to practice and reinforce what's being taught. Hands-on things to move are great ways to practice and reinforce. Many of these physically active students are kinesthetic learners, which means they learn best by doing things. The cut-up sentence that is part of the Calgary Read session is a great way for kids to do something with their hands while they're learning.
Okay.
Using games is also a great way to reinforce what's being taught. Things such as sight vocabulary, reading and following directions, word families. They're a great way to provide hands-on learning. Most students love playing games and often respond to the competitive side of a game as well. It's also a good opportunity to teach them taking turns, losing and winning gracefully.
You got it.
Yeah, I did.
Good job. Okay. Pat your head with the other hand.
Play the traditional game of Simon Says. Ask the student to stand and face you. Then give them actions to do such as touch your nose, nod your head, clap your hands. But sometimes begin the actions with the preface Simon says, and sometimes the directions should be given without the preface. Students are only to follow the directions that Simon says. In order to be successful at this game, students must stop and think before acting. Discuss with the students how they performed and how the ability to use impulse control helps them win such a game. Again, it's experiencing that impulse control and the result of exercising it gives you a way of talking about this with the student.
Oh, didn't catch it. Simon says, clap 5 times. Okay, you did it. Oh, even we went back. Okay, my turn.
Give a lot of specific positive feedback that describes and reinforces focused behavior. Positive comments are always good for students to hear. General comments such as good job, well done are fine. However, when we give feedback to students that is specific and tells them what was well done, it reinforces that behavior.
Said Max.
Great job. You know what? I really liked some of the times when you had to go back and you corrected some mistakes, or you went back and read it again to make sure that it made sense, right? That's what good readers always do. You did a great job there. Okay, so Max, we're going to go back and read this book again today. Okay, and I really want you to remember that when you're reading, you have to be looking at the words. Which way is your reading going? Which way do you read?
Teach the child where to focus and what to focus on. In a tutoring situation, it helps to give specific instructions.
Exactly. And don't forget to keep your eyes on the words. So you're reading the words that are printed on the page, not the ones that you think are there. Okay? So just remember to keep focused on the print. Not so much. Okay, so today I'm going to read you a story, and I would like you just to watch.
Consider occasionally choosing books that have a character who models self-regulatory behavior. Books such as The Little Engine That Could, For You Are a Kenyan Child, David Goes to School, Leo the Late Bloomer are all ones that have a character who is showing that they're able to gradually control their impulsive behavior. Discussion about this can help children understand what we're meaning.
Leo couldn't do anything right. He couldn't read.
Have the student draw a picture of a person as fast as they can. Then draw a picture of a person as carefully as they can. Discuss with the child how the first one was done impulsively and how the second one was done with impulse control. Which one do they like better? What are some of the differences? Which one are they most proud of?
I like this one.
You do you?
Really be realistic and have realistic expectations for the amount of time students are expected to attend. Remember that earlier we talked about that children generally can pay attention for 1 minute per year of age. One way to extend the attention span and ability to concentrate is to give students simple tasks that require them to hold information in working memory before responding to it.
Car, truck, garage.
Good job. Okay, one more we're going to do. I'm going to give you 4 words. Okay? And you're going to repeat those 4 words for me. Okay?
Concentration skills are strengthened when children are required to wait for a few minutes before they respond. So some examples include give directions and then pause before the student does the thing.
Okay.
Jump, bump, bang, thump.
Which one of those words does not rhyme?
Bang.
Good job. Okay.
Teaching students to self-vocalize and self-monitor while they're reading is a great idea. Allow the students and really encourage them to be verbally active, especially while they're learning and practicing something challenging.
Will you come and help me? Max helped Grandpa make a little house.
We've had great fun making this video today, and I want to take this opportunity to give a special thanks to all the people who made it possible. So first, I want to say thanks so much to Julie Bain, our researcher and the teacher educator who has put together these sets of strategies for you to learn and apply as you tutor our children. Also want to thank our incredible actors, Leanne and Max, who were here today, and without even having to do any more takes, they got all these strategies the first go round. So thanks to Leanne, who's an amazing teacher and supporter of Calgary Reads, and to Max, who's actually the grandchild of one of our board members. Also thanks to Matt Burks, who's our videographer, who made it possible for us to have fun and enjoy the day together. The Marshall Foundation, who has funded this opportunity to share the research and learning around active learners with all of you. And to Radisson Park, who have shared their beautiful facility, this great school, with us so that we could be in a school environment while we share these strategies. Thanks to all of you.
Calgary Reads is awesome because it helps you to read. Read!
Thumbs up or
Okay.
whatever the cool sign is.
Is it recording?
Yep.
Oh my.